Everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I do these polygel toenails, and I actually do all 10 toes, so this is polygel on every single one of them. This is what I used. I actually bought this on Wish. Took forever to get here, but it's here. It's summer, so I had to dunk these in like cold water. My feet are freezing right now, and I didn't do these ones. So if your feet get cold a lot, it's perfect because you'll be able to see the pretty color. I mean, this one's pretty too. Anyway, subscribe, like. If you want to see how I did this, keep watching. Okay, so I have all these 4 finished. So the first thing I'm going to do, I already have this one. I've trimmed it down. I pushed back my cuticles, so now I am ready to dehydrate, prime, and then I'm going to be putting the gel on. So do that. And then here is the primer. You want to be a little bit more careful with this. You don't want to get it on your skin. So just go in, wait till that dries a little second, and then put a second coat of primer on there. We want this to stay on really well and really long. Okay, so now after you do that, you're going to go in with a thin coat of gel. This is gel base coat. So just put like a thin layer of that on. This is going to help our gel stick. Okay, so do that. If you get any of the gel base coat on your skin, you just want to clean that up. And this is just rubbing alcohol that I'm using to get the gel base coat off my skin. Now that is done, now we're ready for the gel. Okay, so I'm first going to go in. Here is the gel right here. I'm just going to take like this much. Less is more. You can always do another coat on there. You just don't want to make it too thick because it's not fun to file it down. So this is like a color changing. So when it's warm, it is like a super light, almost translucent. It is translucent. And then when it gets cold, it turns like this really, really pretty darker blue color. So just get it on there, your first layer, and we're just gonna like kind of build out that free edge. It's pretty easy to do. If you want to, you could put a tip on here or use dual forms. I think this is easier for me to do. You can control it more. It's you don't get like that super thick free edge as easy. Okay, so once you have like a thin coat on there, you're just gonna go ahead and put it under the light for 90 seconds. So I've got my first layer done. It's kind of starting to look like a toenail. We still have some work to do. So now I'm going to go in with another little ball of this gel and put it on there. And you can see it just came out of the light, so it's super translucent. And when I put it on there, it's like this really pretty blue. So go in and just pat this down. This should be enough. If you have to, you might have to go in with like just a little tiny bit more, but I don't think, whoops, I don't think I'll have to. I'm going to get started over here on this foot while my other one is under the light. It's easier if you kind of go back and forth, especially if you're doing the polygel, just because they have to sit under the light. And yeah, so just go back and forth, kind of one foot to the other, I think is easier. So I just put the primer, or the dehydrator on. Now this is the primer. So we do 2 thin coats of that and let them dry in between. And then after you put the primer on, then you'll just add a thin coat of the base coat. I'm just going to do 1 toe at a time, I think. Actually, maybe not. I'm going to do these 2, and then I will do my big toe, just so I don't mess them up or anything. So put your thin coats on. I usually only do my big toes when I do the gel, but this one kind of broke pretty bad, so I'm just gonna go, that's why. And this is like such a fun color that I couldn't just have it on my big toe. I wanted the mood changing on all of my toes. So now I'm just gonna go in, put with just like a little tiny bit, especially for these smaller toenails. You just need a little bit. It's kind of sticking to my brush. I think I need to replace my brush. Okay, so I got the alcohol on here. Now you just want to pat it out. The gel is nice because you don't have to put a tip or anything like that on there, and you can still give yourself like a little bit of a of a free edge and have some more length. Oh wow, this is looking so much better already. Yeah, it's so quick. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that under the light for a little bit just to like freeze it in place. Oh wait, no I'm not, because I have my gel on this foot. So I'm going to throw that on there real quick. A little bit more. So remember, you have to put the gel base coat on your toenails. It just helps it stay on there better. So this is pretty easy to do. I mean, it's nice because it's not like acrylic that it just is going to dry before you get a chance to get it how you like it. You have plenty of time because it's never going to dry until you put it under the light. So just press it how you like it. Be careful you don't mess up this other one right here. That's why it's kind of easier if you go back and forth, because I mean it stays in place pretty well, but not that well. Okay, so go ahead and put them under the light. My other foot is finished. So now I'm just going to put on my thin layer of gel base coat on this toe. And then now I'm going to go in with my ball of gel. And then just put it on there. And then you're just going to move it around and pat it down until you get it in the shape you want. That just came out of the light. Now we've kind of created like a good base for it. So now you're going to go in with some more of the gel. Put it right there in the middle. And then you're just going to do the same thing, just patting it down and pressing it out. I'm going to get it closer to my cuticle now. And then I will go in and bring out that free edge and create a little bit of length and that nice square shape that I like. I'm going to need to add just a little bit more. So now press all that out, get it in the shape you want it. The other one is under the light. Now I'm finished with this. I'm just going to go in and do some shaping and get it nice and squared up. And then I'll file the top and get it nice and smooth. This foot, I've got my gel on there. Now I'm just going to go in. I think this might be like the third layer. I cannot remember. Wow. So I'm just using this to really create my free edge and just fill in any spots that are not having any gel in them. Okay, so I'm feeling pretty good about this. I'm gonna put it under the light and cure it, and I will be right back to start filing these. So these are finished under the light. Now the next thing I'm just gonna do is shape them, and then we'll buff them out. I'm just gonna spray them with some alcohol. And then I'll take the brush and just scrub all that dust out of there. And then we're just going to go in with the top coat. Okay, so they're all done. I'm just going to finish with some not top coat. I'm going to finish with cuticle oil. And then I will show how it changes colors. So it is sweltering. It is so hot right now in here, so they're not changing colors, but I'm going to spray them with this nail polish dryer, and that will make them cold and turn blue.